there is a specific kind of silence that arrives late at night. It's a silence that isn't just an absence of noise, but a presence all its own. And in that deep stillness, a thought can surface, uninvited, like a chilling whisper from a place we try not to look. It's the thought of an ending unseen, a life that concludes quietly, in isolation, with no one to mark the moment of its passing. The fear of not being found. It's a primal, haunting image, one that can steal the breath and make the quiet darkness feel less like a comfort and more like a vast, empty room. We push it away in the daylight, distracting ourselves with tasks and sounds and people. But here, in the stillness of the night, it returns. It asks a question we are afraid to answer. What if the end of my story is read by no one? What if the final page turns in a silent room? This fear is not a simple fear of death itself. It is something more complex, more personal. It's the fear of invisibility. The fear that a life, with all its private joys, its silent struggles, its unseen triumphs and quiet heartaches, could simply cease. And the world, in its relentless turning, would not even register the change. Tonight, we are not going to fight this thought. We are not going to distract ourselves from it or pretend it isn't there. Instead, with immense gentleness and courage, we are going to create a space to meet it. A safe harbor where we can look at this fear, understand its roots, and perhaps find a different kind of peace that lies on the other side of it. The journey we are embarking on is not about finding an easy answer, but about transforming the question itself. By the time you drift into sleep, the hope is that this fear will no longer hold the same power, that its sharp edges will have softened, and that you will feel a deeper, more resilient sense of your own unshakable place in the world. So let us begin, not by confronting the fear, but by preparing a place of profound safety within you. This time, right now, is entirely yours. It is a sanctuary. Find the position that feels most restful for your body. Allow yourself to settle into the support beneath you, whether it's the softness of your mattress or the gentle weight of your blankets. Feel the substance and reality of it holding you. Let your shoulders release. Let them fall away from your ears, letting go of the burdens they have carried throughout the day. Notice the subtle tension you might be holding in your jaw, and with your next exhale, just let it go. Allow a little space to form between your teeth. Soften the muscles around your eyes, the very muscles that have been watching the world, processing and protecting you. Let them rest now. There is nothing they need to see, nothing they need to analyze. Their only job is to be still. Bring your awareness to your breath. Don't try to change it or control it. Simply notice it. Notice the gentle rise of your chest or belly as you inhale, and the soft, easy fall as you exhale. This breath has been with you every moment of your life. It is the most constant, faithful companion you have ever known. It has been there in moments of laughter, moments of sorrow, moments of panic, and moments of peace. It is here with you now, a steady, quiet rhythm in the stillness. Each breath is an anchor to this present moment, a reminder that you are here, you are alive, and in this space, you are fundamentally safe. We are creating a container, a sacred space within your own being. Imagine that this space is warm and softly lit. It is a place where any feeling is allowed to be present without judgment. Here, fear is not an intruder. Sadness is not a weakness. Loneliness is not a failure. They are simply visitors, energies passing through. And you are the calm, steady host, the witness to it all. You are the sky, and these feelings are just clouds drifting by. The sky does not fight the clouds. It simply holds them, allows them to be, and watches as they inevitably change shape and move on. This is the intention we set for our time together tonight. An intention of gentle, compassionate curiosity. We are not here to solve the mystery of life and death. We are here to soothe the part of you that feels afraid in the dark. We are here to remind your heart of a truth it may have forgotten. With every breath you take, feel yourself sinking a little deeper into this sense of safety. Feel the physical weight of your body, a grounding force. The contact of your skin against the fabric of your sheets, the temperature of the air on your face. These are the truths of the present moment. This is real. The fear is a story about the future, a ghost that lives only in the mind. But this feeling of the blanket, this sound of your own breathing, this moment right now, this is your reality. And in this reality, you are being held. You are being supported. You are here. Before we journey deeper into the heart of this fear, let us first acknowledge your courage. It takes immense strength to be willing to lie still in the dark and face one of humanity's most profound anxieties. Simply by being here, by choosing to listen, you have already taken a powerful step toward healing. You have decided that you are worthy of peace. You have decided that you are ready to listen to the whispers of your own soul. The fear of dying alone and not being found is not just one fear. It is a whole constellation of feelings. It's the fear of abandonment, the ache of loneliness, the question of mattering, the pain of feeling unseen in a world that often feels too busy to notice. It speaks to a deep, primal need we all share. The need for our existence to be witnessed, to be acknowledged, to have left some kind of mark, no matter how small. It is the cry of the human heart to know that it was heard. As we explore this together, we will do so with the utmost care. Think of it as carefully turning over a delicate, ancient artifact. We want to see it from all sides, to understand its texture and its history, not to shatter it. So for now, your only task is to continue to breathe, to continue to release your body into the gentle pull of gravity, and to hold the intention in your heart, to meet yourself with kindness. Let the body lead the way. It knows how to rest. It knows how to find ease. Your conscious mind, the part of you that worries and plans, can take a break. It can step back and allow the deeper, wiser parts of you to listen and absorb. Trust this process. Trust that you have within you an innate capacity for healing, a deep well of resilience that has carried you through every challenge you have ever faced. It is that same resilience we are calling upon tonight. So take one more slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of the day completely. Let its thoughts, its conversations, its unfinished business all dissolve into the quiet air around you. And allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, in this safe and sacred space you have created just for you. Here, you are not alone with this fear. We are exploring it together, in this shared quiet. And in this shared quiet, there is not emptiness, but a profound and gentle potential for peace. The journey has already begun. All you have to do is rest and listen. The night is a gentle ocean, and you are safe to float upon its surface, held by the stillness and the stars. There is nothing to fear here. You are simply coming home to yourself. Now, in this quiet space we have created together, let us gently turn our attention to the fear itself. We don't need to rush toward it. We can simply allow it to approach, like a visitor standing at the edge of a softly lit room. There is no need to be alarmed by its presence. We are just going to look at it together with gentle and curious eyes. At the heart of this fear is a story. It's a story many of us have seen play out in a brief, somber segment on the evening news, or in a small article buried deep within the pages of a newspaper. It is a modern ghost story, and its power lies in its quiet, mundane horror. Let's trace the edges of that image without judgment, just observing the story the mind presents. It often begins with a quiet scene, a door that has remained closed for a little too long, mail piling up, uncollected, a neighbor whose casual greetings have gone unanswered, sparking a faint initial flicker of concern. The scene is never dramatic. There is no storm, no loud noise. There is only an accumulating silence, a stillness that grows day by day until it becomes heavy, noticeable. And then comes the discovery, the quiet call to authorities, the gentle opening of a door into a life that has been paused mid-moment. The image is haunting, not because of what is there, but because of what is absent. The absence of presence, the absence of witness, the profound, echoing silence of a departure that went entirely unremarked. This is the image that can catch in the throat. It's the thought of a life filled with its own unique universe of memories, thoughts, and feelings simply coming to an end, and for a time, no one in the entire world knows. The television might still be on. A cup of tea might be half full on the table. The sun continues to stream through the window, tracing its path across the floor day after day, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, indifferent. Outside, the world continues its relentless rhythm. Cars pass, children laugh, seasons change, and inside, a story has concluded with no one to read the final sentence. Let's pause here and acknowledge the weight of this image. It is a heavy one. If you feel a tightness in your chest or a sense of coldness, that is perfectly natural. Just breathe into it. You are safe. You are just looking at a story. Now, let's go a little deeper. What is the true source of the terror in this story? Is it the physical reality of being alone at the end? Or is it something else? For most of us, the terror is not in the mechanics of death, but in the meaning we assign to this particular ending. It represents a kind of ultimate invalidation. It whispers a terrible lie. You see, you didn't matter enough for anyone to notice you were gone. It suggests a life lived without impact, a stone dropped into a vast ocean that left not a single ripple. Let's give this fear a name. Sometimes, naming a fear is the first step in reclaiming our power from it. We could call it the fear of the unwitnessed departure, or the ache of final invisibility, or perhaps, most simply, the terror of being unmissed. Whatever name resonates with you, allow it to form in your mind. By naming it, we are taking it out of the realm of shapeless, overwhelming dread and turning it into something we can understand. It is a story of final abandonment, a story where, at the most fundamental moment of transition, we are utterly and completely alone, cast off from the human family. And in this simple, quiet act of naming it, of allowing its shape to become clear in the safety of your own mind, there is immense power and bravery. Your courage in being willing to face this fear tonight, to even look at its outline, is profound. Most people spend their entire lives running from this shadow, distracting themselves so they never have to feel its chill. But you are not running. You are sitting with it. You are bringing a quiet light of awareness to a dark corner of the heart. And that is an act of incredible self-compassion. Now, consider this. This story that the mind creates about the future, this fear of being undiscovered, is almost always a projection. It's a magnification of a feeling that is very much alive in the present. It's the feeling of being unseen now, the feeling of being misunderstood, the loneliness that can exist even in a crowded room. The fear of not mattering to anyone right now gets projected onto the screen of the future, amplified into this ultimate scene of isolation. The fear of dying alone is so often the accumulated pain of living while feeling alone. And so, when we meet this fear, we are not just meeting a hypothetical future. We are meeting a part of ourselves that, right here and now, is longing to be seen, longing to be acknowledged, longing to know that its existence has meaning and weight in the world. So let us acknowledge that part of you right now. The part that worries it is invisible. The part that fears it could slip away without a trace. We see you. We honor your feeling. Your ache is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of your deep, beautiful, human need to connect, to belong, to matter. It is the most natural feeling in the world. For tonight, we are not trying to solve this feeling. We are simply allowing it to be. We are making a space for the story of the unwitnessed departure to play out in our awareness without consuming us. We are the calm, compassionate audience to the mind's scary movie. By watching it without running away, we begin to notice something incredible. We notice that we are the ones watching. We are the awareness that holds the fear. And that awareness is calm, steady, and untouched by the story it is witnessing. You are the vast, silent sky, and this fear is a single, dark cloud. The cloud is not the sky. The fear is not you. It is just an energy, a story, a feeling passing through. So, for the next few moments, just rest here. Rest in this understanding. You have looked at the haunting image. You have felt its chill. You have given it a name. And you are still here. You are still breathing. You are still safe, held in this present moment. The story did not break you. The fear did not consume you. You have met it with courage, and that is more than enough for tonight. Your willingness to be this present, this honest, is the beginning of a profound transformation. You are learning to be your own witness, your own compassionate companion, and that is a connection that can never, ever be broken. The work is in the allowing, not the fighting, and you are doing it beautifully just by being here and listening. Rest now in the knowing that your courage is seen. Having named the fear, having looked at the story it tells, let us now travel a layer deeper. Let's move beyond the chilling, cinematic image of the undiscovered ending and touch the emotional heart of the matter. Because this fear, in its essence, is not really about the physical logistics of death. It is about the emotional reality of life. It is about the profound, central, and deeply human ache of invisibility. This ache is a feeling that many of us know intimately, even if we've never put a name to it. It's the feeling of speaking in a room where no one seems to be listening. It's the sting of sharing something precious from your heart, only to be met with indifference or misunderstanding. It's the quiet loneliness of celebrating a small personal victory that no one else knows about, or navigating a silent, private struggle with no one to offer a hand. It's the feeling of being a ghost at your own feast. You are present. You are breathing. You are living a life rich with complexity, color, and depth. But it feels as though the world is looking straight through you. This feeling of invisibility isn't always dramatic. Often, it's a slow, creeping accumulation of small moments. The canceled plans, the unreturned messages, the conversations where you feel like you're just a supporting character in someone else's story. Each instance on its own is minor, but together they weave a narrative, a painful story that whispers, what I feel doesn't matter, what I think isn't important, who I am is not seen. And when this feeling becomes a constant companion in our lives, it's only natural that our minds would project it onto our final moments. The fear of dying alone and undiscovered is the ultimate expression of the fear of living unseen. It is the logical, heartbreaking conclusion to a life spent feeling like a shadow. The mind simply takes the current emotional reality and extends it to its final, terrifying extreme. If I am invisible now, the fear whispers, then I will be utterly invisible then. And so, the work of soothing this ultimate fear is not about preparing for death. It is about healing the wound of invisibility in life. It is about learning to see ourselves, to validate our own experience, and to understand that our worth is not contingent on external applause or recognition. Let's validate this pain right now, without reservation. The ache of feeling invisible is real. It is a legitimate and profound emotional wound. It is not an overreaction. It is not you being too sensitive. It is the cry of a fundamental human need that is not being met, the need to matter. From the moment we are born, we seek the gaze of another. A baby searches for its mother's eyes, and in that loving gaze, it finds its first sense of self. I am seen, therefore I am. This need doesn't vanish as we grow older. It simply becomes more complex. We seek to be seen by our friends, our partners, our community. We want to know that our presence makes a difference, that our absence would be felt. This is not about ego. This is not about a narcissistic need for attention. This is about connection. It's about the fundamental human desire to have our existence affirmed, to know that our unique, unrepeatable life has left a mark, however small, on the fabric of reality. It's the desire to know that the song of your life was heard by at least one other soul. So, if you have been carrying this ache of invisibility, let yourself feel its legitimacy right now. Let go of any voice that tells you that you shouldn't feel this way. Of course you feel this way. It is a testament to your humanity, to your deep capacity for connection. The pain you feel is a sign that your heart is open and alive, that it is still reaching, still hoping, still longing for that fundamental bond. Think of it this way. A ship in a bottle is a beautiful, intricate thing. It has masts and sails and tiny, perfect ropes. But its purpose, its very soul, is to feel the wind and the sea. A life lived in isolation, a life that feels unseen, is like that ship. It may be full of beauty and complexity, but it aches for the ocean. It aches to feel its impact on the world, to be part of the great moving tides of connection. The fear of being found long after you're gone is the fear of being a ship that was never taken out of the bottle, a story that was never read, a song that was never heard. Tonight, we honor that ache. We make space for it. We allow the sadness of it to be present. If a feeling of grief arises for all the times you have felt unseen, let it come. Grief is not an enemy. It is a form of love. It is the love you have for the parts of you that have been lonely. It is the heart's way of cleaning a wound. By allowing yourself to feel this pain in a safe and loving space, you are beginning to offer yourself the very thing you have been longing for from the outside world. You are offering yourself your own compassionate witness. You are finally, truly seeing yourself. You are looking at your own loneliness with kind eyes and saying, I see you. I understand. Your pain is valid. This is the beginning of the healing. It is not about finding someone else to see you. It starts with the radical act of seeing yourself, of acknowledging your own inner world with the same respect and attention you would give to a beloved friend. For a few moments, just rest with this. Allow the truth of your own experience to be enough. Your feelings of being overlooked, your moments of quiet despair, your silent longings, they are all real. They are all part of your story, and your story matters. It matters not because of who else has read it, but because you have lived it. Your life, in all its unseen richness, is a sacred text. And tonight, you are learning to read it with love. The world may be busy, it may be distracted, but here, in this quiet space, you are fully seen. You are fully known. You are held, and that is the deepest truth. Let this knowing sink into your body, into your bones. The ache of invisibility begins to soften when it is met with the warmth of your own acceptance. And as you drift deeper towards sleep, you carry this new seed of self-recognition with you, a quiet light that no external darkness can ever extinguish. As we rest here, holding this deep ache of invisibility with gentleness, it's easy to feel that this fear is a personal burden. It can feel like a private shame, a secret anxiety that separates us from everyone else who seems so connected, so visible, so secure in their place in the world. The fear can whisper that there is something uniquely wrong with us, that our loneliness is a symptom of some personal failing. But now, I want to invite you to zoom out, to lift your perspective from the intensely personal and see this feeling from a much wider, more universal vantage point. Because this fear, this question that haunts you in the quiet of the night, is not yours alone. It is not a sign of your brokenness. It is, in fact, a sign of your profound and thoughtful humanity. The fear of dying alone and being unmissed is a modern phrasing of one of the oldest, most fundamental questions the human heart has ever asked. Did my life matter? Think about it. For thousands of years, in every culture, across every continent, people have looked up at the stars and wondered about their place in the vast, silent cosmos. They have carved stories into stone, painted images on cave walls, and passed down epic poems from one generation to the next. Why? Not just to record history, but to affirm existence. To shout into the great void, I was here, we were here, we lived, we loved, we struggled, remember us. This is not a new anxiety. It is an ancient, shared human question. Countless souls throughout history have wrestled with this same quiet dread. Imagine a solitary Roman centurion standing watch on a cold, misty wall at the edge of the empire, staring into the dark woods and wondering if his life of duty and discipline would mean anything once he was gone. Imagine a medieval manuscript illuminator, working by candlelight for years on a single, beautiful page that might only be seen by a handful of monks, wondering if her artistry, her devotion, would leave any trace. Imagine a woman in a small village 1,000 years ago, whose life was a cycle of planting and harvesting, of raising children and caring for elders, wondering in the quiet moments before sleep if her endless, unseen labor had any significance beyond the passing of the seasons. Her name is lost to history. We will never know the color of her eyes or the sound of her laughter. But her question, her quiet fear, is the same as yours. It echoes through time and lands right here in your heart tonight. You are part of a long, unbroken chain of humanity, a lineage of souls who have lived and died, and who have all, in their own way, grappled with the meaning of their brief, precious time on this earth. When you feel this fear, you are not isolated. You are, in fact, participating in one of the most universal human experiences there is. You are standing in a great, silent fellowship with poets, philosophers, kings, and commoners, all of whom have asked the same question: did I matter? There is a strange and beautiful comfort in this realization. It normalizes the fear. It takes it out of the realm of personal pathology and places it in the realm of the sacred and the profound. Your feelings are not a symptom of a problem to be fixed. They are a natural part of a deep, thoughtful human heart. It is the shallow heart that never asks these questions. It is the unexamined life that never feels the chill of its own mortality. The fact that you feel this so deeply is a testament to your capacity for depth, for reflection, for love. It shows that you care about your life, that you value it, and that you yearn for it to have had purpose and meaning. This is a beautiful, noble thing. So let this affirmation sink in. Let it be a balm on the wound of feeling alone in your fear. Your feelings are a natural part of a deep, thoughtful human heart. Say it to yourself silently. My feelings are a natural part of a deep, thoughtful human heart. Feel the truth in those words. They are not meant to dismiss your pain, but to honor it. They are meant to reframe it, not as a mark of shame, but as a badge of your humanity. We live in a culture that often encourages us to suppress these existential questions. We are told to stay positive, to be productive, to look on the bright side. We are given 1,000 distractions to keep us from the deep, quiet, and sometimes uncomfortable work of being human. But you, by being here tonight, are choosing a different path. You are choosing to honor the full spectrum of your experience, including the questions that have no easy answers. You are choosing to be a conscious, feeling being, and that is an act of immense grace. When we understand this fear as a shared human question rather than a personal failing, it begins to lose its power to isolate us. It can no longer whisper that we are uniquely flawed. Instead, it becomes a point of connection, a shared secret that binds us to the great, mysterious tapestry of human history. The Roman centurion, the medieval artist, the village woman, they are your kin. They understood. They felt what you feel. They looked into the same darkness and asked the same question. And in that shared questioning, there is a kind of communion. We are all in this together. This beautiful, terrifying, and utterly mysterious experience of being alive. We are all trying to make sense of it. We are all hoping that our brief flicker of consciousness in the vastness of time will have meant something. So as you lie here, feel yourself connected to that great stream of humanity. Feel the presence of all the souls who have come before you, who have asked your questions and felt your fears. You are not a solitary island. You are a wave in a great, ancient ocean of human experience. And the wave is never separate from the ocean. It is a part of the whole. Let this sense of shared experience hold you, comfort you. Let it cradle your fear and whisper, "You are not alone in this. You have never been alone in this." And allow this deeper, wider perspective to gently carry you toward rest, knowing that your heart is beating with the same rhythm that has animated thoughtful, feeling people for all of time. Your question is their question. Your heart is their heart. And in that shared humanity, there is a profound and unshakable peace. You belong. You have always belonged. Now that we have acknowledged the fear, named it, and understood its universal nature, let us create a safe space to simply feel it. This might sound counterintuitive. Our instinct, when faced with a powerful and uncomfortable emotion, is to brace against it, to fight it, or to run from it. We tense our muscles, hold our breath, and try to think our way out of the feeling. But tonight, we will try something different. We are going to practice the gentle art of allowing. We are going to create a safe container within our awareness, a space where the feeling of this fear can flow without overwhelming us. Imagine you are standing on the bank of a wide, steadily moving river. The river is the current of your emotion. In this case, the fear, the loneliness, the sadness associated with the thought of an unwitnessed end. You are not in the river. You are not being swept away by its current. You are standing firmly, safely on the green, solid ground of the riverbank. From this place of safety, you can simply watch the river flow. You can observe its color, its speed, its texture. You might notice that it carries things with it: old memories, fragments of conversations, images from the past, anxieties about the future. These are just logs and leaves floating in the current. They are not you. You are the witness on the bank. Take a moment to establish yourself in this position. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet, even as you lie in bed. This is the ground of your present moment awareness. It is the feeling of your body breathing. It is the sensation of the blankets against your skin. This is your anchor. This is your safe and steady riverbank. From this grounded place, give yourself permission to look at the river. Give full permission for the feelings to be there. If sadness is present, let it flow. You don't need to understand its origin or analyze its meaning. Just allow the sensation of sadness to exist in the river of your experience. It might feel heavy, like a deep, slow-moving current. It might feel like a tightness in your chest or a lump in your throat. Just observe it from the riverbank. You are the spacious awareness that is noticing sadness. If anger is there, perhaps anger at the world for feeling so indifferent, or anger at yourself for feeling this way, let that flow, too. Anger can be like a fast-moving, churning rapid. It has a hot, sharp energy. Don't be afraid of it. It's just energy. It's just another part of the river. Watch it from your safe place on the bank, knowing it will eventually pass. If a profound sense of emptiness or numbness arises, allow that as well. Emptiness can feel like a part of the river that is wide, still, and dark. It can feel cold and vast. It's easy to get lost in that feeling, but remember your position. You are on the bank. You are observing the still, dark water. You are not drowning in it. You are the one who is aware of the emptiness. This practice of allowing is a radical act of self-compassion. For our entire lives, we have been taught that some feelings are bad and should be avoided. We have learned to judge ourselves for feeling sad, to fear our anger, to pathologize our emptiness. But here, in this safe container, all feelings are welcome. They are not good or bad. They are simply weather patterns in the inner landscape. They are currents in the river of your life. By allowing them to flow, without resisting or clinging to them, we allow them to complete their natural cycle. Emotions are energy in motion. It is only when we build a dam, when we resist them, that they get stuck and create pressure and pain within our system. When we let the river flow, it naturally purifies itself. The current moves on, and eventually clearer water comes. So for these next few moments, simply be the watcher on the riverbank. Whatever feeling arises in response to this deep fear, just nod to it. Ah, there is sadness. I see you, anger. Hello, emptiness. You are greeting these feelings like an old, wise gatekeeper. You are not blocking their path, nor are you inviting them to stay forever. You are simply acknowledging their presence as they pass through the landscape of your being. Notice what happens in your body as you do this. You might find that the muscles you were unknowingly tensing begin to relax. Your breath might deepen. The simple act of giving a feeling permission to exist without needing it to change can release an enormous amount of struggle. The fight is over. You are no longer at war with your own experience. You are in a state of gentle, allowing presence. This is a profound skill for life, not just for this one particular fear. When we learn to be the witness on the riverbank, we become free. We are no longer tossed about by the changing currents of our emotions. We develop a core of inner stillness, a place of unshakable peace that is always available to us, no matter how turbulent the waters of our life may become. The river of fear may still be flowing. That is okay. We are not trying to make it stop. We are simply changing our relationship to it. We are unhooking our identity from the feeling. The fear is something you are experiencing. It is not who you are. Who you are is the vast, compassionate awareness that is capable of holding this experience with grace. You are the riverbank, solid and steadfast. You are the sky that holds the storm clouds. You are the deep, silent ocean beneath the crashing waves. So rest in that knowing. Rest in the role of the compassionate witness. Let the river flow. You are safe. You are grounded. You are so much larger than any single emotion that passes through you. This practice is your anchor. Return to it whenever you feel overwhelmed. Come back to the riverbank. Feel the solid ground of your own breath, of your own body, of your own unshakable presence. And from that safe place, simply watch the river go by. There is nothing more you need to do. The allowing is the healing. The witnessing is the peace. Let it carry you now, gently, into a deeper state of rest. As we continue to rest here, allowing the river of fear to flow by, let's gently introduce a new perspective, a gentle reframing. The story at the heart of our fear is predicated on a very specific, and perhaps very limited, definition of what it means to be seen. In this story, being seen means being witnessed by other human beings. It means being found, being acknowledged, being mourned by people. Our entire sense of mattering becomes dependent on the gaze of others. But what if this is only one small part of a much larger picture? What if being seen is a vaster, more profound phenomenon than we have ever allowed ourselves to imagine? Let's expand our definition. Let's consider the idea that your life is being witnessed by more than just human eyes. From the very first day you existed, your life has been part of a great, intricate dance of cosmic awareness. Think about the sun. Every single morning of your life, without fail, the sun has risen and cast its light upon you. It has warmed your skin. It has illuminated your path. It has witnessed you in your moments of joy, painting your world in bright, vivid colors. It has also witnessed you in your moments of sorrow, casting long shadows as you walk through difficult times. The sun has seen you when you felt triumphant, and it has seen you when you felt utterly alone. It has asked for nothing in return. Its witnessing has been constant, unconditional, and utterly silent. It has held your entire life in its steady, life-giving gaze. You have never, for a single day, been unwitnessed by the sun. Now think of the moon. How many nights have you slept under its soft silver light? The moon has watched over your house, your room, your sleeping form, night after night, year after year. It has been the silent guardian of your dreams. It has witnessed your restless nights, your peaceful slumbers, your quiet moments of late-night reflection when you stared out the window into the darkness. It has seen the contours of your face softened by sleep. It has been the keeper of your most private, unguarded hours. The moon knows the rhythm of your rest. It has seen you in a way no human ever could. It has been a constant, gentle witness to your vulnerability and your peace. And what about the earth itself? The very ground beneath your feet has supported every step you have ever taken. It has felt the weight of your body, the rhythm of your gait. It has held you, grounded you, and provided the stage upon which your entire life has unfolded. The trees in your neighborhood, the birds in the sky, the wind that has touched your face, they have all been participants in your life. The tree outside your window has registered your comings and goings for years. The rain has washed over you, cleansing you, witnessing your tears and your laughter alike. The air you breathe has entered your body, become a part of you, and then been released back into the world, carrying the signature of your existence with it. You are in a constant, intimate dialogue with the world around you, whether you are conscious of it or not. Your life is not a separate, isolated event. It is woven into the very fabric of existence. Let's use an analogy to feel this more deeply. Imagine the night sky filled with billions upon billions of stars. Each star shines with its own unique light, its own particular brightness and color. From our perspective here on Earth, we can only see a fraction of them. And even the ones we can see, we don't watch constantly. Does a star cease to exist because no one is looking up at it at that exact moment? Does its light become less real, less brilliant? Of course not. The star shines regardless. It burns with its own magnificent inherent fire. Its existence is its own purpose. Its light travels across unfathomable distances, touching everything in its path, whether it is seen by an observer or not. Your life is like that star. You have your own unique light, your own inner fire. You are radiating a certain energy, a certain presence into the universe just by being alive. This light shines regardless of who is looking. It is an intrinsic part of who you are. To believe that your life only matters if it is constantly observed by other people is like believing a star only shines when a telescope is pointed at it. The reality is so much grander than that. The universe itself is the witness. Life itself is the observer. The energy of your thoughts, the quality of your emotions, the intentions in your heart, these are not contained within the small vessel of your body. They ripple out. They become part of the great, unseen energetic field of the world. You are seen by life in its totality. When you perform, an act of quiet kindness that no one else notices. Helping a struggling insect, for instance, or picking up a piece of trash. It is not an unwitnessed act. The universe registers it. The fabric of reality is altered, however minutely, by that compassionate intention. When you sit with your own sorrow, offering yourself comfort in the silent darkness, you are not alone in that act. That moment of self-love is witnessed by the very consciousness that animates all things. This perspective shifts the focus from a desperate need for external validation to a quiet, confident knowing of our own inherent place in the cosmos. We are not performers on a stage, hoping for applause from the audience. We are the stage, the actors, and the audience all at once. We are an integral part of the whole play. So let this idea settle into you as you rest. Feel the unconditional gaze of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Feel the constant, steady support of the earth beneath you. Recognize that you are held in a web of awareness that is far more vast and loving than the fickle attention of other people. Your existence is a cosmic event. Your life is a sacred phenomenon. It is being witnessed, always, by the entirety of creation of which you are an inseparable part. You are seen. You are known, not just by eyes, but by existence itself. And that is a witnessing that can never be taken away. It does not end when your body ends. It is eternal. Let this grander view comfort you and allow you to release the need for small, human-scale approval. You are a star. Shine on. The universe is watching, and it is in awe. Having expanded our idea of what it means to be seen, let us now turn that gentle, compassionate gaze inward. For a few moments, let's gently journey back through the landscape of your own life, not to judge or analyze, but simply to honor the incredible richness of your unseen world. The fear of an unwitnessed ending is often fueled by the belief that a life is only the sum of its public achievements, its visible relationships, its documented milestones. But the vast majority of your existence, the true substance of who you are, has taken place in the quiet, sacred theater of your own consciousness. This is the life you have lived for yourself, not for an audience. And it is a life of immense depth and value. Let's start with moments of quiet joy. Bring to mind a time when you experienced a moment of pure, simple happiness that no one else saw. Perhaps it was the feeling of the first warm sun on your face after a long winter, the private satisfaction of finishing a challenging book, the quiet delight of watching a pet sleep, its body twitching with dreams. Maybe it was the taste of a perfectly ripe piece of fruit, a moment of sensory bliss that was yours and yours alone. Or the feeling of hearing a favorite song come on the radio at just the right moment, creating a perfect, private soundtrack to your day. These moments are not small. They are the golden threads that weave beauty into the fabric of your life. They require no witness to be valid. Their value was in the experiencing of them. You were the one who was there. You were the one who felt that joy. Your own awareness was the only audience that ever mattered. You have a vast, secret collection of these golden moments, a treasure chest of quiet joys known only to you. Honor that. Acknowledge the beautiful, unseen garden of happiness you have cultivated for yourself over the years. Now, let's gently turn to moments of private struggle and silent resilience. Think of the times you have faced a challenge alone, the nights you stayed up worrying about a problem, methodically thinking through solutions, the moments you had to give yourself a private pep talk, summon your courage, from a deep inner well and face something you were afraid of. Remember the times you were hurt or disappointed, and in the quiet of your own company, you tended to your own wounds. You allowed yourself to cry. You spoke words of comfort to your own heart. You found the strength to get up the next day and try again. No one gave you a medal for this. There were no cameras, no applause. But this is where true character is forged. In these silent, solitary crucibles of challenge, you built your resilience. You discovered the astonishing depth of your own strength. You became your own hero, over and over again. This unseen resilience is perhaps the most magnificent part of your story. The world sees the results, the person who shows up, who carries on. But you, and only you, know the true cost. You know the battles that were fought and won in the quiet chambers of your own soul. Do not discount this. This is your epic poem, your heroic saga. It is a testament to the power of your spirit. The world may not know the details of these struggles, but they are etched into the very fiber of your being. They have given you wisdom. They have given you compassion. They have made you who you are today. Affirmation: you have lived 1,000 lives inside this one precious life. Let that sink in. 1,000 lives. The life of the joyful child discovering the world. The life of the determined student struggling with a difficult concept. The life of the heartbroken lover learning to heal. The life of the quiet philosopher pondering the mysteries of existence. The life of the silent artist noticing the play of light on a wall. All of these lives, and so many more, have been lived by you, within you. Your inner world is as vast and complex as any external landscape. It has its own history, its own geography, its own seasons. To believe that this immense, rich, and varied inner world is somehow less real or less valuable than your external, visible life is a profound mistake. It is, in fact, the source of everything. It is the wellspring from which all your actions, words, and choices arise. It is the true home you have been building your entire life. Think about the countless hours you have spent in thought, in daydreams, in memory. You have traveled to the past and to the future. You have constructed entire worlds in your imagination. You have held long, intricate conversations with yourself, working through complex ideas, wrestling with moral dilemmas, creating and problem solving. This inner work is real work. It is the work of being a conscious soul. The richness of this unseen life is your true legacy. It's not about the things you've accumulated or the titles you've held. It is about the quality of consciousness you have cultivated, the compassion you've shown yourself, the curiosity you've maintained about the world, the love you have nurtured in your own heart. This is the treasure, and it is a treasure that cannot be lost or taken away. It is not dependent on anyone else's validation. So as you lie here, drifting closer to sleep, let go of the need for your life to be measured by an external yardstick. Release the idea that your worth is something that must be proven to an outside observer. Your worth is inherent. It is in the very fact of your existence, in the astonishing richness of the inner universe you contain. Your life has been so much more than what has been seen by others. It has been a deep, complex, and beautiful journey. You were there for all of it. You were the witness, and that is enough. It has always been enough. Let this self-recognition be a deep and abiding comfort. You have seen yourself. You have known yourself. And in the final accounting, that is the only witness that truly matters. Rest in the profound dignity of your unseen life. It is a masterpiece. and you are its sole and most honored curator. Let us gently shift our perspective now, playing with the very way we measure the meaning of a life. Our fear is rooted in a particular kind of accounting. It's an accounting that places all the value on the final chapter. The story of a life, in this view, is judged by its ending, by how it was mourned, how it was remembered, how many people gathered to mark its conclusion. If the conclusion is quiet, unseen, the fear tells us that the entire story is rendered meaningless. But is this the only way to measure a life? Is it even the wisest way? Let's explore another way of seeing, another form of valuation. Let's shift the measure of a life from how it was mourned to how it was lived. Imagine, for a moment, an ancient and magnificent tree. It stands in a remote, primordial forest, a place untouched by human feet. This tree has lived for 1,000 years. Its roots run deep into the earth, drawing strength and nourishment. Its trunk is thick and gnarled, a testament to the countless storms it has weathered. Its branches reach high into the sky, creating a vast canopy that provides shelter for birds, insects, and a multitude of other living beings. In the spring, it bursts forth with new, vibrant green leaves. In the summer, its shade provides a cool sanctuary from the heat. In the autumn, its leaves turn to a blaze of gold and crimson, a silent, breathtaking spectacle. And in the winter, its bare branches form an intricate, beautiful silhouette against the cold sky. This tree has lived a full, complete, and majestic life. It has participated fully in the cycles of the seasons. It has been a home, a source of oxygen, a vital part of its ecosystem. Its existence has been a profound statement of life itself. Now, after 1,000 years, its time comes to an end. In the quiet of the remote forest, perhaps during a great storm, or simply from the sheer weight of its own age, the tree falls. It makes a tremendous sound that echoes through the trees, a sound heard only by the squirrels and the deer. It returns to the forest floor, where its magnificent body will slowly decay, providing nourishment for new life, for fungi, for moss, for the very soil that will support the next generation of trees. Now, let me ask you a question. Was the life of this tree any less real, any less majestic, any less meaningful because no human was there to see it fall? Did its 1,000 years of existence become invalid because there was no one to hold a ceremony, to write a eulogy, to carve its name into a memorial? Of course not. To even ask the question seems absurd. The tree's value was not in the observation of its ending. Its value was inherent in its being. Its purpose was in the living of its life. It was in the reaching for the sun, in the weathering of the storms, in the providing of shelter, in its participation in the great sacred dance of the forest. The falling was not the point. The living was the point. Your life is like that tree. Your value is not determined by the number of people who witness your final moments. Your value is inherent in your being. It is woven into every moment you have been alive. It is in every breath you have taken. It is in every time you have chosen kindness over cruelty, courage over fear, hope over despair. It is in the love you have felt, whether that love was returned or not. It is in the beauty you have noticed, the questions you have asked, the wisdom you have gained. Your existence, in and of itself, is your purpose. You are a unique expression of the universe, a particular pattern of consciousness that has never existed before and will never exist again. Simply by being, you have already fulfilled your primary role. You are a part of the great forest of humanity. You have your own unique place in the ecosystem of life. Perhaps you have provided shade and shelter for others in ways you do not even realize. Perhaps your quiet strength has inspired someone without you ever knowing. Perhaps your simple existence has played a vital, unseen role in the intricate web of connections that makes up the world. We have been taught to see life as a story that builds towards a climax and a conclusion. But what if life is more like a piece of music? A symphony is not just about the final chord. Its beauty is in the entire composition, the quiet passages, the soaring crescendos, the interplay of different instruments, the moments of tension and release. Every single note matters. The silence between the notes matters. The final chord is simply the moment the music resolves back into silence. It doesn't invalidate the beauty of everything that came before. In fact, its power comes from all the notes that preceded it. Your life is that symphony. The moments of quiet joy are the gentle melodies played on a flute. The moments of struggle are the deep, resonant notes of the cellos. The moments of laughter are the bright, crashing cymbals. It all belongs. It is all part of the magnificent, complex, and beautiful piece of music that is you. The end is just the final note returning to silence. It does not erase the music. The music, once played, echoes in the fabric of the universe forever. So let go of the pressure to have a grand finale. Release the need for a standing ovation. The purpose of the music is not the applause at the end. It is the experience of the music itself. The purpose of your life is not the mourning at the end. It is the living of it in all its messy, beautiful, and sacred detail. Your value is inherent. It does not need to be proven or witnessed. It simply is, like the ancient tree, like the soaring symphony. You are a complete and perfect expression of life, right here, right now. Rest in this knowing. Feel the quiet dignity of it. You are not a story building to an end. You are a presence, a force of nature, a piece of cosmic music. And you are, and always have been, enough. Let this deep, organismic sense of your own inherent worth be your comfort as you drift towards sleep. The forest knows its own majesty. The music knows its own beauty. And you, deep in your soul, know your own value. Simply remember, having understood that our inherent value comes from being, not from being seen, let us now explore an idea that is both subtle and profoundly comforting. Let's consider the unseen impact of your existence, the ripples that have spread out from your life in ways you will likely never know. The fear of being unmissed comes from a feeling of disconnection, a belief that our life is a contained, isolated event. But what if that's not true? What if, by your very presence, you have changed the fabric of the universe in 1,000 small, untraceable ways? Think of it this way. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a vast, perfectly still mountain lake. The surface is like glass, reflecting the sky. You pick up a single small stone and toss it into the water. For a moment, there's a small splash, a brief disruption. And then, from that single point of impact, ripples begin to spread. They move outward in perfect concentric circles, growing wider and wider, traveling all the way to the farthest shores of the lake. The initial splash may have been small and quickly gone, but the effect of that splash, the energy it imparted to the water, continues long after. The ripples change the entire surface of the lake, if only for a moment. Your life is like that stone dropped into the pond of existence. Your presence, your every action, Your every word, even your every thought, creates ripples. And these ripples extend far, far beyond what you can see or measure. You will never know the full extent of your impact. It is impossible. Consider a simple, everyday example. You are walking down the street, and you offer a brief, genuine smile to a stranger passing by. For you, it is a fleeting moment, forgotten almost instantly. But for that stranger, who was perhaps having a difficult day, feeling invisible and alone, your smile was a tiny beacon of light. It was a moment of unexpected human connection that lifted their spirits, even just a little. Feeling a bit lighter, they go into their office and have a more patient, kind conversation with a coworker than they otherwise would have. That coworker, in turn, feeling affirmed and respected, goes home with less stress and has a more loving interaction with their child. That child, feeling safe and loved, sleeps better that night and has the confidence to stand up for another child at school the next day. And so it goes. Your small, forgotten smile has sent a ripple of kindness, of patience, of love, of courage out into the world. You will never see the end of that ripple. You will never get a thank you note. You will never know the chain of events you set in motion. But you did it. You changed the world in a small but meaningful way, just by being present and offering a moment of warmth. Now, multiply that by a lifetime. Think of all the small, seemingly insignificant acts of decency and kindness you have performed. The times you held a door open, the times you let someone go ahead of you in line, the times you gave a genuine compliment, the times you listened, really listened, to someone who needed to talk, the times you created something, a meal, a garden, a piece of art, a well-organized spreadsheet that made the world a tiny bit more orderly, more beautiful, or more nourishing for someone else. These are not small things. These are the very currency of a good life. They are the threads that hold the tapestry of our shared humanity together. Each one is a stone dropped in the pond. Each one has sent out ripples of consequence that are still traveling through the world right now. But the ripples are not just from your actions. They come from your choices too. Think of a time you chose not to say a harsh word, even when you were angry. That choice sent out a ripple of peace instead of a ripple of conflict. Think of a time you chose to be honest when it would have been easier to lie. That choice sent out a ripple of integrity into the world. Think of a time you chose to forgive someone, even if only in the quiet of your own heart. That choice released a wave of compassion that lessened the world's burden of bitterness, a burden you chose not to pass on. Your very presence has changed the energetic weather of every room you have ever entered. The specific quality of your being, your unique energy, has been felt by people, by animals, by plants. You have altered the course of conversations simply by being there. You have shifted family dynamics. You have influenced the decisions of others in ways so subtle they are impossible to trace. Let this affirmation settle deep within you. Your presence has changed the fabric of the universe in ways you will never know. This is not an inspirational platitude. It is a fundamental law of existence. In an interconnected system, nothing exists in isolation. Every part affects the whole. You are not a separate entity that might or might not make an impact. You are a fundamental part of the system, and therefore, your impact is constant and unavoidable. The fear of being unmissed, of leaving no trace, comes from a failure of imagination. We can only see the first, most obvious splash. We cannot see the subtle, far-reaching ripples, but they are there. They are as real as the stone, as real as the water. So as you rest tonight, let go of the need to have a visible, measurable legacy. Your legacy is not in a monument or a name on a building. Your true legacy is invisible. It is woven into the lives of every person you have ever interacted with. It is in the energetic currents of the world. It is a quiet, secret, and profoundly powerful force. You have been a co-creator of the world as it exists today. The world is different because you have been in it. It could not be otherwise. You don't need to know how. You don't need to have proof. You just need to trust in the fundamental principle of connection. The pond knows the truth of the ripples. The universe knows the truth of your impact. Rest in that knowing. You have mattered more than you can ever imagine. The ripples of your life are still traveling outward, and they will continue to travel long after the stone has settled on the bottom of the pond. You have left your mark. It is everywhere. And it is indelible. We have journeyed far tonight, exploring this fear from many different angles. We've seen it as a universal human question, honored its connection to the ache of invisibility, and reframed our understanding of what it means to be seen and to matter. Now, let's approach it from one more perspective, a perspective that offers the possibility of profound and gentle healing. Let us gently identify the fear for what it truly is, a story. It is not a prophecy. It is not a fact. It is a story that your mind has created, a piece of fiction woven from threads of past loneliness, present anxiety, and a cultural narrative about what constitutes a successful life. And because it is a story, you do not have to believe it. And because you are the author of your inner world, you have the power to write a different story for your heart. Let's look at the elements of this old, painful story. The main character, you, is portrayed as isolated and forgotten. The setting is a silent, empty room. The plot is a tragedy of invisibility. The theme is that a life unwitnessed is a life without value. This story is very compelling. It feels real. It taps into our deepest, most primal fears of abandonment and exile. The mind, in its effort to protect us, projects this worst-case scenario into the future, hoping that by worrying about it, we can somehow prevent it. But the story itself becomes the source of our suffering. We live in the emotional reality of that lonely room long before we ever approach the end of our lives. We are haunted by a ghost of the future. The healing, then, is not in trying to guarantee a different factual outcome. We can't control the future. The healing is in changing the story we tell ourselves right now. It's about offering a new story to our subconscious mind, a story that is just as plausible and infinitely more peaceful. Let's begin to write this new story together. It doesn't have to be a grand, dramatic tale. It can be a simple, quiet, and dignified story. Let's call it the story of a natural return. In this new story, the main character, you, is not portrayed as isolated, but as an integral part of the great web of life. You have lived a life of unseen richness, a life witnessed by the sun, the moon, and the earth. Your value is inherent, like an ancient tree in a remote forest. Your presence has sent countless ripples of influence out into the world. You are complete, and you are whole. The setting of this new story is not an empty room, but the entire cosmos. The final chapter of your life is not a scene of abandonment, but a moment of profound homecoming. The ending is not a failure, but a natural and peaceful transition. In this story, The end of the body's life is not a tragic conclusion, but a graceful dissolving. It is a release. Imagine your final breath is not a gasp of loneliness, but a gentle sigh of surrender, a letting go of all the striving, all the struggle, all the effort of being in a physical body. It is a moment of supreme peace. The energy that animated you, the life force that looked out through your eyes and felt with your heart, does not vanish. It is simply released from its container. Like a drop of rain returning to the ocean, your individual consciousness merges back into the vast universal consciousness from which it came. It is not an extinction. It is an expansion. It is a return home. There is no sense of being unfound in this story, because you are not lost. You are simply changing form. You are returning to the source. The earth that supported you your whole life gently reclaims your physical form, transforming it into new life, into soil, into wildflowers, into the roots of a great tree. The energy of your being, your love, your wisdom, your unique essence rejoins the great energetic field of the universe, enriching it, becoming part of the starlight and the silent hum of existence. This story is not about being found by another person. It is about being found by the universe itself, welcomed home, reabsorbed into the great mystery from which you emerged. There is no judgment in this homecoming. There is no accounting of your successes or failures. There is only a gentle, unconditional embrace, a cosmic, well done, good and faithful servant. Now, rest. Feel the difference in your body as you consider this new story. The old story of abandonment creates tension, coldness, a knot of fear in the stomach. This new story of a natural return creates a sense of softening, of peace, of release. It feels like a long, slow exhale. You have the power to write this story of peace for your heart. This is the practice. Every time the old scary story begins to play in your mind, you can gently interrupt it. You can say, "Thank you, mind, for trying to protect me, but I am choosing to listen to a different story now." And then you can quietly, gently, begin to tell yourself the story of the natural return. You can repeat it like a mantra, a lullaby for the frightened parts of your soul. I am part of the web of life. My end is a homecoming. I will be welcomed back into the whole. I will return to the earth and the stars. It is a peaceful, natural process. You are programming your subconscious with a new narrative. You are replacing the blueprint of fear with a blueprint of peace. This isn't about denial. It's about choice. Both stories are possibilities. Neither is a provable fact. So why not choose to inhabit the story that brings you comfort, dignity, and grace? Why not choose the story that allows you to live your life now with less fear and more presence? The mind is a powerful storyteller. It has been telling you the same horror story for a long time, and you have come to believe it is the only truth. But you are the director of the mind. You can choose a new script. As you drift towards sleep, let this new story be the last thing you read to yourself. Let the images of returning to the ocean, of being welcomed by the cosmos, of nourishing new life, be the images that populate your dreams. Let the feeling of peace that this story evokes be the emotional state that carries you through the night. The old story kept you awake with fear. Let this new story sing you gently to sleep with a melody of profound and abiding peace. You have the power to change the narrative. The pen is in your hand, and tonight you are writing a story of peace. A story of dignity, a story of returning home. As this new story of a peaceful return settles into your heart, let's take a final step in this reframing. Let's move from telling a story to feeling a truth. Let's integrate, on the deepest level of our being, the profound and simple reality that you are not separate from the world, but an essential part of it. The fear of being left alone, of being abandoned at the end, is predicated on a fundamental illusion, the illusion of separation. It's the feeling that I am in here, inside the skin, and the world is out there. It's the belief that we are individual, isolated islands of consciousness, adrift in a vast and indifferent sea. This feeling of separation is the root of so much of our anxiety, but it is just a trick of perception. It is not the ultimate reality. Let's dissolve this illusion, just for a few moments. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the air entering your nostrils, cool and fresh. This air is not out there. Right now, it is in here. It is flowing into your lungs, becoming a part of you. The oxygen from this air is passing into your bloodstream, traveling to every single cell in your body, giving you life. And with your exhale, you release carbon dioxide back into the world, which will, in turn, be taken in by a tree or a blade of grass and transformed into life-giving oxygen once again. You are in a constant, unbroken exchange with the atmosphere of the entire planet. Your breath is the breath of the world. There is no separation. You are breathing with the forests of the Amazon, with the algae in the ocean, with every other living creature on this earth. Your breath is a living symbol of your absolute and unbreakable connection to the entire web of life. Where do you end and the world begin? There is no clear line. Now think about the water that makes up more than half of your body. This water has been on an incredible journey. It has been a part of clouds, of rain, of rivers, of oceans. It has been inside ancient trees and prehistoric animals. The very molecules of water that are flowing through your veins right now may have once been part of a glacier on a distant mountain, or the morning dew on a lotus flower. You are a temporary vessel for the ancient waters of the earth. You are a walking, breathing, thinking part of the planet's hydrological cycle. You are not just on the earth, you are of the earth. The water within you is not separate from the water without. It is all one great flowing system. The same is true for the minerals and elements that make up your physical body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon in your DNA. Every single atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star, billions of years ago. You are literally made of stardust. You are recycled cosmic material, animated for a brief time into this beautiful, complex form that is you. You are not a visitor here. You are a native of the cosmos. Your body is a temporary collection of universal elements, a brief and beautiful arrangement that will one day return to the great cosmic reservoir to be used in the creation of new stars, new planets, new forms of life. When you feel this truth in your bones, the idea of being alone starts to dissolve. How can you be alone when you are made of everything? How can you be abandoned when you are an inseparable part of the whole? The fear of dying alone is a fear that belongs to the separated self, the ego, the small me that feels vulnerable and isolated. But your true identity is so much vaster than that. You are a wave in the ocean of existence. A wave can have its own unique shape, its own brief and beautiful life, as it rises and crests, but it is never, for a single moment, separate from the ocean. When the wave's form dissolves, it does not die. It simply returns to its source. It is reclaimed by the vastness of its own true nature. It becomes the ocean once more. This is the integration we are aiming for. Feeling, not just thinking, that you are the wave in the ocean, that you are the stardust in the star, that you are the breath and the atmosphere, the energy of your life, the love, the consciousness, the unique spark that is you, doesn't vanish at the end. It transforms. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. This is the first law of thermodynamics, a fundamental principle of the universe. Your life force is energy. Therefore, it will not be destroyed. It will simply be released from this particular physical pattern and will rejoin the great universal field of energy. It will become part of the force that grows the flowers, the intelligence that guides the planets, the love that animates the hearts of future generations. Feeling a sense of belonging, then, is not about finding the right person or the right community, as wonderful as those things are. The deepest sense of belonging comes from recognizing your inseparability from life itself. You belong to the universe. You are a legitimate, necessary, and beloved part of the whole cosmic tapestry. There is no place you could go where you would be outside of this embrace. Even in a silent room, at the very end, you are not alone. You are in the heart of existence, held in the web of life, surrounded by the loving presence of the entire cosmos of which you are a part. Let this feeling of connection wash over you. Feel it as a physical sensation, a warmth in your chest, a tingling in your hands and feet, a sense of your own boundaries dissolving, becoming porous and permeable. Feel yourself gently merging with the space around you, with the air, with the quiet hum of the night. You are not a small, fragile thing contained in a body. You are a vast, resilient field of awareness that is temporarily focused through this body. And that awareness is connected to everything. There is no in here and out there. There is only one single, magnificent field of being, and you are that. Rest in this unity. Rest in this profound, unshakable belonging. Let it be the ground beneath you, the air you breathe, the peace that carries you into a deep, trusting, and restorative sleep. You are home. You have always been home. You can never be anywhere else. Now, as we rest in this deep sense of connection to the whole, let us bring our gentle awareness to the very core of the pain. We have explored the stories, the perspectives, the universal truths. But underneath all of these layers of thought and understanding, there is often a feeling. A raw, tender, and very young feeling. This is the primal wound of abandonment. This is the part of us that, long ago, perhaps in early childhood or even infancy, experienced a profound sense of being left, of being unsafe, of being alone in a vast and overwhelming world. That initial experience of separation or neglect, however brief, can leave a deep imprint on our nervous system. It creates a core belief that we are fundamentally alone and that we must be constantly vigilant against being left again. The fear of dying alone and undiscovered is often the final, loudest echo of this first, earliest cry. It is the terrified inner child, projecting its original fear onto the screen of the future. So, for these next few moments, let's speak directly to that part of you. We are not going to try to reason with it or dismiss its feelings. We are going to offer it the deep, unconditional reassurance it has been longing for its entire life. Imagine, if you can, that you can locate this feeling in your body. Perhaps it feels like a hollow ache in your chest, a tight knot in your stomach, or a cold, empty space deep within you. This is the home of the part of you that feels abandoned. Gently bring your awareness to that place. If it helps, you can even place a hand over that area, offering a gesture of warmth and comfort. Now, let's offer some words, not from your adult, analytical mind, but from the deepest well of compassion within you, from the universal, loving presence that we have been cultivating. Silently, in your heart, speak to this wounded part of yourself as you would to a frightened, beloved child. Hello, little one. I see you. I know you are scared. I know you feel so alone, and you have felt this way for a very, very long time. I am so sorry you have had to carry this heavy burden all by yourself. You have been so brave. Pause here. Let the sincerity of these words sink in. You are acknowledging the reality of the pain without judgment. I want you to know something. That feeling of being left, of being forgotten, that was a story from the past. It was real, and it hurt, but it is not the truth of you now. You are not alone anymore, because I am here with you. The grown-up part of you, the wise and compassionate part of you, is right here. And I will never, ever leave you. Feel the promise in these words. This is not a promise you are asking from someone else. This is the sacred vow you are making to yourself. You are becoming the safe, reliable parent to your own inner child that you always needed. Continue with these gentle reassurances. You don't have to be afraid of the dark anymore. You don't have to worry about being left behind. I am holding you. I will stay with you through everything. When you are scared, I will be your courage. When you are sad, I will be your comfort. You are safe with me. Imagine yourself actually holding this young, frightened part of you. Picture yourself scooping it up into a warm, gentle embrace. Imagine rocking it gently, rhythmically, like a mother soothing her infant. You can even imagine humming a soft, simple lullaby. This is not a mental exercise. This is a deep, somatic process of healing. You are repatterning your nervous system. You are replacing the old cellular memory of abandonment with a new, powerful experience of safety, connection, and unconditional love. Let this feeling of being held, of being soothed, fill your entire body. Let it be a warm, golden light that spreads from your heart, dissolving the cold knot of fear. Feel the tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your belly begin to melt away in the safety of this inner embrace. You are so loved. You can whisper to this inner child. You are precious. Your existence is a miracle. You have never done anything wrong. You are perfect and whole, exactly as you are. There is nothing you need to do to earn this love. It is your birthright. This is the core message that heals the primal wound. The message of unconditional worth and unwavering presence. It's the message that says, I love you not for what you do, but for who you are. And my love is not conditional. It will not be withdrawn. I am here to stay. This part of you that fears abandonment so deeply doesn't need logical arguments about the nature of the universe. It needs to feel held. It needs to feel safe. It needs to feel loved. And you, right now, are the only one who can truly and completely provide that. You are the source of the healing you have been seeking outside of yourself. The world may be unpredictable. People may come and go. But this interconnection, this bond between your wise, adult self and your vulnerable inner child can become the one constant in your life. It can be your sanctuary, your safe harbor in any storm. This is the ultimate antidote to the fear of dying alone. Because if you have cultivated this deep, loving relationship with yourself, you are never truly alone. You carry your most important companion within you, always. The one who has been with you every single moment of your life. The one who knows your every thought, your every fear, your every dream. The one who will be with you until the very last breath, and perhaps even beyond. So as you continue to drift deeper into relaxation, stay with this imagery. Stay with the feeling of holding and being held. Rock yourself gently in the cradle of your own compassion. Let the fear of the future dissolve in the profound safety of this present moment. You are not being abandoned. You are being found by the deepest, wisest, and most loving part of yourself. Rest now, little one. You are safe. You are held. You are home. And you are so loved. And now, the time for active exploration is coming to a close. You have done such deep and courageous work tonight. You have faced the shadow, named the fear, expanded your perspective, and offered profound healing to the most tender parts of yourself. The conscious, thinking mind has been a beautiful tool on this journey, but its work is now done. It is time for the great surrender. It is time to release your conscious mind from the job of healing and trust that the deeper, wiser parts of your being, your subconscious, your soul, your body's innate intelligence, will continue this work for you as you sleep. Sleep is not just an absence of consciousness, it is a sacred and powerful state of integration and restoration. It is the time when the gardener of your subconscious comes out to tend the soil of your being. It takes the seeds we have planted tonight, the seeds of connection, of inherent worth, of self-compassion, of peace, and it lovingly waters them, allowing their roots to grow deep and strong. You don't have to figure anything else out. You don't need to hold on to any of these concepts or remember any specific words. The wisdom has already been absorbed. It has landed in a place far deeper than your memory. Your only task now is to let go, to surrender completely to the process of rest. Let's begin this surrender in the body. Bring your awareness to your feet. Consciously give them permission to let go. Release all the tension from your toes, your arches, your heels. Your feet have carried you through your life, and now they can rest completely. They have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Allow a feeling of heavy, warm relaxation to pool in your feet. Let this feeling of release begin to travel slowly up into your ankles and your lower legs. Feel your calf muscles, which so often hold tension from walking and standing, become soft, limp, and heavy. Surrender the weight of your lower legs completely to the support beneath you. The bed is holding you. You don't need to hold yourself up anymore. Allow this wave of deep relaxation to flow up into your knees and into your thighs. Your thighs are large, powerful muscles. Let them go. Feel them becoming incredibly heavy, sinking down, releasing every last trace of effort. Now bring this soothing awareness to your hips, your pelvis, and your lower back. This is an area where we store so much tension, so much unresolved emotion. With your next long, slow exhale, just let it all dissolve. Imagine you are releasing the weight of your entire history, letting it flow out of you and into the earth, which can effortlessly absorb and transform it. Feel your abdomen soften. Let go of the need to hold your stomach in. Allow your breath to be deep and full in your belly. A gentle, rhythmic massage for your internal organs. Let this wave of release flow up into your chest, softening the area around your heart, and allow it to cascade down your arms, through your elbows and wrists, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Your hands have done so much. They have worked, created, held, and helped. Now, they can be completely still. They can simply rest, open and receptive. Let your shoulders, which have carried so many burdens, drop down completely. Feel them melt away from your ears, creating a sense of spaciousness in your neck. Release your neck, allowing your head to feel profoundly heavy, completely supported by the pillow. And finally, let this profound relaxation saturate your face. Soften your jaw. Let your tongue rest gently in the bottom of your mouth. Smooth out the space between your eyebrows. Let your eyelids be heavy and still. Your entire body is now in a state of deep, profound rest. It is a safe and heavy vessel, anchored in a calm harbor. Now, let's use an image to help the mind surrender as well. Imagine that you are no longer in your bed, but you are floating, weightlessly, on the surface of a vast, calm, quiet ocean. The water is the exact temperature of your skin, so you can hardly tell where your body ends and the water begins. The sky above you is a deep, dark indigo, filled with a billion twinkling, silent stars. There is no land in sight. There is only the gentle, vast expanse of the water and the sky. You are completely and utterly supported. You don't have to make any effort to float. The water holds you effortlessly. It is a perfectly buoyant, loving embrace. You can feel the gentle, rhythmic swell of the ocean beneath you, a slow, deep breath that rocks you like a baby in a cradle. It is the most peaceful, secure feeling you have ever known. There is nothing to do here, nothing to solve, nothing to figure out. There is no destination. The journey is simply this moment of being held, of floating, of being at one with the vast, silent, and loving universe. If any thoughts arise, just see them as little clouds passing high above in the night sky. You don't need to climb up to them or analyze them. You can just watch them drift by, acknowledging their presence, and then gently return your awareness to the feeling of the water holding you, to the sight of the silent, shining stars. This is the great surrender. The surrender of control. The surrender of effort. The surrender of the need to know. You are floating in the great mystery, and you are realizing that the mystery is not frightening. It is peaceful. It is loving. It is your true home. Trust this process. Trust the water to hold you. Trust the night to be peaceful. Trust your subconscious to heal you. And trust sleep to come and take you, to gather you up in its soft, dark arms and carry you into a place of deep, dreamless, and restorative peace. You have done enough. You are enough. Now, just float. Just be. Just rest. Drifting now. Floating. There is no longer a need for stories or images. There is only the gentle rhythm of this moment. Your awareness is becoming soft, diffuse, like the edges of a cloud. The sharp lines of thought are dissolving into a quiet, peaceful haze. Your focus can now narrow, becoming very simple, very pure. Bring your attention, ever so gently, to the simple physical sensation of your breath. Do not try to change it. Do not deepen it. Just notice it. It is breathing all by itself. It is a perfect, effortless rhythm, a gentle rising and a soft falling, a quiet in-breath and a peaceful out-breath. This rhythm has been with you always. It is the lullaby of your own body. It is the sound of life itself, singing its quiet song within you. Let this rhythm be your only anchor now. Let everything else fade away. The thoughts of the day, the plans for tomorrow, even the deep explorations we have just undertaken. Let them all recede. Like a tide going out, leaving behind a smooth, clean, empty shore. You are safe. Feel that truth in the steady beat of your heart, in the gentle motion of your breath. You are safe. This body knows how to rest. This mind knows how to be still. You don't have to force it. You only have to allow it. And you are allowing it now. With every exhale, you are letting go just a little bit more. Letting go of tension. Letting go of control. Letting go of the need to be awake. You are held by the bed, held by the quiet room, held by the vast, peaceful night. You are held. There's nothing for you to do but receive this support, to sink into it, to trust it completely. The world will take care of itself for a few hours. Your only responsibility now is to this deep, healing rest. You are whole. Nothing is missing. Nothing is broken. In this deep, quiet place, you are perfectly, completely whole. This wholeness has always been here, beneath the surface of all the noise and all the worry. You are just returning to it now, coming home to the peace that is your true nature. You are safe. You are held. You are whole. Let these simple phrases wash over you, like gentle waves on the shore. Don't even try to think about their meaning. Just let the sound, the vibration of the words, soothe your nervous system. Safe, held, whole. Each word is a soft blanket, covering you, comforting you, drawing you deeper and deeper into a state of profound peace. Your breath is the gentle tide, in and out, rising and falling. Effortless, easy. The space between the breaths is becoming longer now. In that space, there is a deep silence, a perfect stillness. Let yourself rest in that stillness. It is a place of pure potential, a place of deep restoration, drifting beyond thought, drifting beyond worry. The conscious mind is like a boat that has been gently untied from the dock. It is now drifting, slowly, silently, out into a vast, calm sea of sleep. There is no resistance, just a gentle, easy surrender to the current. The current of sleep is pulling you now. It is a friendly, familiar current. You know this place. It is the place of letting go. It is the place of renewal. You are so tired, and it is so good to finally rest, to let down all your defenses, to release the weight of the world. Sleep is coming. You can feel it at the edges of your awareness. A pleasant heaviness in your limbs, a soft fuzziness in your mind. It is a welcome friend, coming to take you by the hand and lead you into the quiet land of dreams. You are safe. You are held. You are whole. The words are becoming quieter now, more distant, like echoes across a calm lake. There is nothing more to hear, nothing more to do. Just the gentle, steady rhythm of your own breathing, carrying you, floating you, all the way into the deep, peaceful heart of the night. Just breath, just stillness, just peace. Rest now, just rest. There's nothing left to do, nothing to solve. The great questions of life and death, of meaning and legacy, have been held tonight with courage and grace. And now, they can be gently placed down, set aside like a book at the end of a long and thoughtful day. The answers are not found in the striving of the mind, but in the deep, wordless wisdom of rest. Sleep is coming now, a natural, gentle rising of a tide that you do not need to command. It is the wisdom of the body, knowing its own need. It is the grace of the universe, offering its nightly gift of peace and renewal. Sleep is welcoming you home. It is not a place of emptiness or absence. It is a return to the source, a dissolving of the boundaries that define the waking self, and emerging with the vast, silent consciousness that dreams the world into being. In this space, you are not a name, not a history, not a collection of worries. You are simply being, pure, peaceful, and free. What if the fear of being unseen was never the real issue? What if the deepest desire was not to be seen by others, but to finally, truly see ourselves? To witness our own lives with the compassion and awe we so readily offer to others. Perhaps the journey of a lifetime is not about leaving a mark on the world, but about allowing the world to leave its mark on us. To be so fully present to the beauty and the sorrow, the joy and the mystery, that we become a living testament to the miracle of it all. And what if connection is not something we have to build, but something we only have to remember? That we are not separate drops, but the entire ocean, expressing itself for a little while as a wave. The end of the wave is not a tragedy. It is simply the water remembering its own vastness. The journey concludes here, for tonight. But the peace you have touched is not a temporary state. It is a place within you. It is your true home, and you can return to it whenever you wish, simply by turning your attention inward to the quiet rhythm of your own breath. The night holds you. The silence cradles you. There is nothing more to do, nothing to solve. Just rest. Sleep is coming naturally now, welcoming you home.